Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and as much as I wish this was a video confirming that the fourth and fifth Fantastic Beasts movies are set in stone, this is just my predictions video for if the fourth and fifth installments, uh, fingers crossed, do come to pass, and we have well uh, quite a bit to talk about after the ending of The Secrets of Dumbledore. I've seen people say that Warner Brothers will cancel and scrap the franchise already, even though nothing has been said just yet. So, the future of the series is still in a state of limbo. Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling is still having talks on whether uh, it will be worth it in the long run continuing the series. But I think J.K. Rowling will push them to continue in the end, as she never gives up. The Secrets of Dumbledore, while still one of the weaker received Wizarding World movies, was still a decent success financially, grossing 405 million, even though it is the lowest grossing in the franchise. It still could have done way worse. So here is what I would hope to see in the fourth and fifth adventures of Newt Scamander and his beasts. Okay, so since David Yates is currently directing a movie with Sony, he is most likely unavailable until at least 2024 to direct Fantastic Beasts 4. So I think the most likely release date for the fourth film would be 2026, and maybe they could release it in April 2026, so we wouldn't have to wait until November, until like the end of the year. That worked for Secrets of Dumbledore, so it could work here. And that would mark the 10th anniversary of Where to Find Them, the first film. So not bad timing. And I would predict the title of the fourth movie would be The War Begins, as after Grindelwald lost the election and was and his plan to use the Fate Chillin to win didn't work out, and Santos is now Supreme Mugwump. Grindy is gonna be pissed, and over the years he's gonna be amassing his forces to take the Wizarding World by force. He's most likely done with manipulation at this point, and I gather that this fourth film will take place in Japan, as for the most part, as David Heyman hinted, and and of course Brazil. That will be inevitable, as well as Santos is of course the Brazilian minister, and I should think that Jessica Williams as a Lally Hinks would be sticking around, because she was everybody's favorite parts of Secrets of Dumbledore. She was kind of like the Paloma and Nomi of that movie, uh, and I would have thought we'd finally see Ilvermorny by the fourth film. I mean, given that Lally is a Ilvermorny charms professor, and I should think Grindelwald would want to attack Ilvermorny out of revenge uh on Queenie for leaving him in the last movie. So a battle at Ilvermorny would be an electrifying climax, I have to say. And and as for casualties, I actually predict Theseus could die, as as I don't see uh much more for him to do after the third film. I mean, now he's most likely gotten with Lally, but yeah, other than that, I think his brotherly relationship with Newt has been fixed and come full circle. And if Theseus were to die at the hands of Grindelwald in Newt's arms, that would make Newt far more vengeful against Grindelwald in the fifth movie. And please have Tina Goldstein back as a primary character in number four, and have more scenes with Queenie. Yeah, have the Quadri, Newt, Tina, Queenie, and Jacob all together. Because their their friendship was one of the highlights of Where to Find Them, and that I still don't think they got enough scenes together in Crimes of Grindelwald or Secrets of Dumbledore, and and plus we need a Nagini back in the fourth film. Credence most likely won't return given Ezra Miller's uh, well uh, behavior and his arrests in Hawaii. So uh, God help the Flash movie next year, but so Credence, I think, is for sure going to be killed off on screen. Plus, he was literally dying at the end of Secrets of Dumbledore. His obscurial powers were finally weakening him. So I think Dumbledore and Aberforth are going to be mourning Credence, and we may even see Credence's mother at the very end because she was hinted at in the scene where, well, Newt and Dumbledore, well, talk about how Credence was born in the Hog's Head. So I J.K. Rowling has an act for uh, bringing in characters that she previously mentioned in previous installments, and uh, yeah, I would love the fourth film to feel like the Deathly Hallows Part One of Fantastic Beasts, where it raises the stakes to Empire Strikes Back level, where where things look so bleak, so hopeless for our heroes that you are simply dying to see the final chapter to see if our heroes can possibly come out on top against Grindy. And I honestly think some may disagree, but I think Dumbledore may take a back seat the the fourth film and may not have as much to do as he did in Secrets of Dumbledore, because Secrets of Dumbledore was more his movie, but the focus should go back to Newt and the gang this time, and we don't need to see Hogwarts again. Bringing it back, for uh, just 5 minutes in Secrets of Dumbledore was fine, but I think we're ready to see, well, m- more of the Wizarding World at this point, and there's potential for some, well, truly fantastic beasts, pun intended, to be found in Japan, and if we get to go there, uh, I mean, we could see, like, well, a beast based on a Japanese giant salamander, or a Japanese spider crab, or and uh, and I don't even need to say what extraordinary creatures we could get in Brazil. Uh, so yeah, if if it was released in 2026, it would only really be competing with Avatar 4. So I think if this one has no more build up, it finally cuts to the chase and gets to the war that Grindelwald uh, ignites, then I think that could certainly raise box office takings and reduce complaints about this series feeling slow paced. And as for the fifth and final film, I mean, I can't exactly make predictions about it until I've seen the fourth, because yeah, the fifth film is the one we have the least to go on right now. I would, I would be guessing if we get the fourth in 2026, so then maybe uh we are looking at a 2028 release date for the fifth and final film, and maybe since it's the finale, it could be a July summer blockbuster like Deathly Hallows Part 2 was. And this fifth and final movie should just be literally, well, the uh, the final battle against Grindelwald that took place in 1945, which also marked the year that the Muggle World War II came to an end. So, and the title of the fifth movie would be the hardest one to think of, but my guess is that it could be titled Well, Fantastic Beasts, Battle of 1945 or Duel of 1945, but I really strongly think Warner Brothers should keep Mads Mikkelsen as Gellert Grindelwald in both the final two movies. It would make literally no sense to go back to Johnny Depp after bringing in Mads Mikkelsen for just one movie. Come on, and plus Mads turned out better for the role than Johnny uh, in 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 the long run, and uh, I uh, and I think that well 2028 so well could actually be well beneficial for the fifth movie as it would mark the 10th anniversary of the crimes of Grindelwald, and it would only be competing with Avatar 5. Uh, I mean, both finales to their series, so 2028 could be a whopper for movies. But yeah, so I know this is a hot take. In fact, uh, forget hot take; it's a scorchingly hot take. But I I think Fantastic Beasts deserves to continue. There is still life in this franchise yet, and I am still not giving up on it. Oh, and one last thing: keep J.K. Rowling in the screenwriter's chair for Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5. I mean, you can still have Steve Kloves in there. No issue with that, sir. But but Rowling should work with Kloves on the final two. I mean, the Wizarding World is her universe, so it's her baby, her vision. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this predictions video. And what are your predictions for Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5? And do you think they will happen by a miracle? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow us on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I uh, uh, continue the Harry Awards with Best Animated Feature. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.